Ninth standard students, in this video I am going to continue the lesson motion. Now we are going to see about motion of freely falling body. What do you mean by free fall? The gravity of the earth attracts every object towards its center. When an object is dropped from a certain height, it begins to fall towards Earth's surface under the influence of gravitational force. Such a motion of an object is called free fall. A free falling object falling under the influence of gravity. So, any object that is being acted upon only by the force of gravity is said to be in a state of free fall. Free fall does not mean that the object is falling down only. So, objects thrown upward or downward are all these examples of free fall. A falling stone, a spacecraft in a continuous orbit, ball thrown straight upward. These are some of the examples for free falling. Let's conduct an experiment. Hold a bowling ball and a feather. Drop these two objects and we can see which hits the ground first. Which object do you think will hit first? Yes, you can say the bowling ball would hit first. But why does the bowling ball hit the ground first? The reason is the bowling ball reaches the ground first is because air resistance has a bigger impact on the feather as it falls. This air resistance slows the feather down while not having much of an impact at all on the bowling ball. But what happens if we eliminate air resistance? In vacuum, there is no air resistance. Air in the atmosphere acts as a barriers to change the speed and the direction of the free falling objects. When air resistance is not a factor, the bowling ball and the feather hit the ground at the same time. In vacuum, both feather and stone falls at the same rate because in vacuum there is no air. It means there is no air resistance. Next, uniform circular motion. What is uniform circular motion? The movement of your body following a circular path is called a circular motion. Now, the motion of your body moving with constant speed along a circular path is called uniform circular motion. In uniform circular motion, speed is constant but the velocity changes. If a particle is moving in a circle, it must have some acceleration acting towards the center, which is making the object move around the center. Since this acceleration is perpendicular to the velocity of a particle, at every instant, it is only changing the direction of velocity and not magnitude, and that's why the motion is uniform circular motion. We call this acceleration centripetal acceleration or radial acceleration, and the force acting towards the center is called centripetal force. Motion of artificial satellites around the earth is an example of uniform circular motion. The gravitational force from the Earth makes the satellites stay in the circular orbit around the Earth. The motion of electrons around its nucleus, the motion of blades of the windmills, the tip of seconds hands of your watch with a circular dial shows uniform circular motions. How can we calculate centripetal force? The centripetal force formula is given here. The product of mass in kg and the tangential velocity in meters per second, it is squared. This divided by the radius in meters. So the formula for centripetal force is F is equal to mv square bar r, where F is the centripetal force, AC is the centripetal acceleration, m is the mass of the object, v is the speed or velocity of the object, r is the radius. Next we are going to see about centrifugal force. Force acting on a body away from the center of circular path is called as centrifugal force. This centrifugal force acts in a direction. This direction is opposite to the direction of centripetal force. Centrifugal force gets our washing dry because it makes the water fly out, becomes centripetal force. This force between cloths and the inside of the drum pushes them around in a circle. This force makes water slip straight through the drum holes. Dryer in the washing machine is the best example for centrifugal force. So centrifugal force acts in a direction which is opposite to the direction of centripetal force. Dear students, I hope you understood about the centripetal force and centrifugal force. Thank you, students.